Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Gabby. This woman never ceases to amaze me. She had the audacity to barge in Rafe interrogation room. Rafe is that they're trying to question Rav and trying to get him to confess and flip and stuff like that. Kind of giving them an incentive that, listen, this is going to kind of save you in the long run. With Melinda, as opposed to you going to jail for life and stuff like that. Like, you need to either give up some people, otherwise it's not going to be good for you. But Gabby burst on in this. First of all, Jada is not there trying to stop Gabby from walking into an interrogation room. How did you let this girl get past you? I mean, granted, I know you're not going to sit there and use lethal force, but I'm like, this girl is like what, 120 something pounds? How did that happen? Anyway, she walks in there and she starts demanding that Rolf, finish what he started as far as the procedure because she needs to get back to the love of her life and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, sis, so you have zero consideration for your brother, his job, and how bad you're making him look right now, right? Right? You have no, okay, cool. Um, But of course, eventually Rafe does want to kicking her out. And Jada's like, hey, listen, we'll call you the minute that we're done with him. And I'm like, why? Why? Did you not just see the fact that she just busted on through? And you gonna sit there and call this woman back? Why? Um, Anna just kind of showed up out of nowhere. I don't know what that was about. Well, here's the thing. Anna showed up when Brady and Eric were kind of having a heart to heart about, Eric just kind of just taking Marlene's loss a little bit, really hard. And he still has feelings for Nicole despite his protesting and, oh, I don't really feel anything for her. I just want to be with Sloan. I just want to hook up and blah, 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 blah. Anna just shows up out of the blue, talking about she wants to sit there and give condolences, which that could have just been done off screen. What she came there for was sit there and tell Brady about Chloe and Stefan and his feelings and the programming that really didn't work so well. So, Brady winds up leaving to go to talk to Chloe. And Anna just follows right along. Anna's able to sit there and get a key from the hotel. So they go up there, so they go in her room, and Brady realizes that Chloe left Salem. I guess she just didn't really want to deal with the whole Stefan thing and still kind of being in love with him and also having feelings for Brady and also not working at the Mara anymore. I don't know why she actually quit that job. I understand the first two things, but I don't really understand why she quit. I don't get that. Anyway, she left, and I'm assuming she's back in New York. Because when they got there, they realized that all the drawers and everything like that, her clothes are gone. So, yeah. So while Shen is, upset that Ralph was able to sit there and get in Salem and start the procedure and everything, talking on the phone and him being like, yo, listen, if Ralph starts singing like a canary, I'm done. Sloan, being the ambulance chaser that she is, walks on over, is like, hey, I can sit there and help you out. Talks about how she can help him get out of the Ralph situation and somehow help, like the whole Gabby situation as far as the divorce and, I guess maybe a woman's perspective or something like that to make sure that, he wins back Gabby, which I don't see at least the second part happening. But it convinced Shen. Shen just looked at her like, yo, you must really have a magic wand. Like, he was just so convinced by her confidence that he was like, all right, you're hired. So she went down to the police station when Roth was about to sit there and give sign a confession. He's like, hey, don't sign anything. I'm going to represent you. And he starts laughing, but I'm just like, is there a particular reason why you didn't just decide to, I don't know, call Shen and hire a lawyer to make sure that, you know, like you're represented and you don't go to jail and also you don't get killed? I don't really understand. I don't understand why he started laughing now, like, oh, I got a lawyer. It's like, no, you've been had a lawyer. You could have, well, I mean, Grant, I'm not going to sit there and say anything about public defenders, but I'm just like, there's so many different ways you could have went about this, but sure, whatever. Um, Cole is still feeling the effects from the drug, and Eric. I mean, EJ and Stefan. Well, Stefan's not there talking about how he doesn't think that both of them should be running the mayor anymore, and that they're really terrible to Gabby and everything like that. Long story short, when Nicole gets in there, he starts telling both of them that he's in love with Chloe and Gabby, which to me is still a stupid storyline, but whatever. Um, at some point, Nicole does leave because she's still, feeling dizzy and woozy and lightheaded and everything. And she's like, I need to sit there and go to get some fresh air. You would think that she would just go out on the patio. This chick went all the way down to the park. Okay, she went down to the park, and when she tried to stand up, she almost fell, and Eric caught her. I'm just like, how did you get that far without, falling? Like, you should be all bruised up and knees scraped up and everything like that. But of course, this was one of those things where it's like Eric's first reaction was to make sure that Nicole didn't fall because he still cared about her. You can sit there and talk about, oh, I'm mad at her, just that and the third, but the fact that he rushed her aside so fast, I guess it's written in the stars or something. I don't know. Anyway, it clearly doesn't last because Nicole's still feeling those effects, and she starts kind of goading Eric and throwing EJ in her face and everything like that, and she just kind of walks. Well, she kind of just stumbles off. Um, which I'm just like, all right, boom. Towards the end, Stefan's able to pour the same thing. Well, he's able to sit there and pour something in EJ's drink, which is the same thing that was in Nicole's drink. So now EJ is apparently going to be acting all funny and being all lightheaded and dizzy and stuff. So eventually, Stefan did wind up getting his way. But I feel like, EJ's going to sit there and put two and two together. And, all I'm going to sit there and say was like, the Stefan might have won this round, but he might want to sit there. He might want to sit there and watch his back. All right, the dude might want to really watch his back. This episode definitely does prove that Stefan can sit there and go with the best of them as far as, the marrows is concerned and, plotting and revenge and stuff like that. Because he looked at EJ right in the face and was like, no, we cool. Good, yeah, everything's passed up. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're right. We should sit there and, because at first he was like, I don't think that we should both be in charge. I think Gabby should, she should be sitting there running the company. And of course, EJ sit there and try to talk sense into him like, yo, listen. The board ain't gonna like that, and we're gonna lose confidence in them. They're gonna lose confidence in us. We can't have that happen. Yeah, you're right. We'll stay the course. Look them straight in the face, and so now you got that going on. Gabby sees Shen and starts bragging. Oh yeah, I got my man back, and Stefan's in love with me, and you know And Shane's like, okay, so what are you still doing here? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are you sitting there wasting time with this chump when you got your boo back? And of course, for some odd reason, Gabby felt the need to sit there and tell him about the complication of Steph being in love with not only her, but also Chloe. And she's like, no, it's a temporary setback. Everything's gonna be back on track soon, and you're gonna sit behind jail, and I'm gonna have my man back, and you know, she was like, yeah, I don't know about me going to jail, but and then of course she sat there and just looked at him like, what are you talking about? You going to jail? Like, what do you think this is? Um, but he seemed fairly confident. And of course, like I said before, Sloan was able to sit there and stop um, Roth from Smith there signing confessions. Now she's representing both of them. The minute that Sloan actually came on this show, she has been nothing but a constant thorn in Rafe's side at this point. Um, I feel like that's about it. Yeah, I feel like that's about it. So it was always okay. Wasn't great. Wasn't super terrible. It was kind of just like in the middle. Um, I was kind of wishing that we would went back to the whole Kate, Kayla, and Marlena stuff with Nick Fallon and see what that storyline was about. So it was also kind of disappointing, even though I do love EJ, but I was kind of looking forward to more of that stuff. Yeah, it's always fun watching EJ and Stefan guard each other. So I guess that's somewhat of a consolation prize. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. I can't believe yesterday it was at 664. It was more than my GH reviews. I'm looking at the number right now. I'm just like, how in the world? I haven't seen my Days of Our Lives reviews be higher than GH than when I first started doing both. Because usually it's like GH is up here and Days is right here. Now it's like, and still I'm just like, anyway, I'm gonna go, but I will be sitting there doing a live stream tonight. Be doing a live stream tonight. If you was in my live stream yesterday, um, Nathaniel Gray from General Hospital was in the chat yesterday, and I'm still still can't believe that. So definitely join the live stream tonight because clearly from last night, you never know who may show up. Still can't get past that. I'm probably gonna be sitting there talking about that for another couple of days. So just let me have just a little bit of a win. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.